I once took my family to a national park. While there, I struck up a conversation with one of the park rangers. He said, "Are you Jewish?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, it's great to meet you. Are you camping here tonight?" "No," I answered, not really sure where that was going. "Oh," he said, "because if there's one thing I know about Jews, is that they love camping." For a second I thought, did he just say camping or complaining? Jews love a lot of things, but I'm fairly confident that camping doesn't make the top 10. "Why do you think Jewish people love camping?" I asked him. He said, "Well, my wife and I love camping. And when we got married, we asked the minister if he would perform the service under a tent. He hemmed and hawed, and finally he relented. A few years later, I got invited to a Jewish wedding. I was sitting in the back, and I couldn't believe my eyes. The couple was getting married under a tent. I had no idea that your people loved camping so much. Maybe it was because you spent 40 years camping in the desert." And while I had to gently let my new friend down about our love for camping, the question stuck with me. Why does the Jewish marriage ceremony take place under a chuppah? I mean, for real. What's with the flimsy tent? Let me explain. Marriage is probably one of the most important institutions in Judaism. It's one of the first things mentioned in the Bible, and it's the chain that links us back to Abraham. The Jewish home is considered a mini sanctuary, and if built properly, is even worthy of God's presence. But how does the couple know how to properly build their Jewish home? The rabbis teach us this in an unconventional way, by employing a method used by luxury real estate developers. What do I mean? Let's talk real estate. The most effective way to sell a home is to bring buyers to the actual home to see if they want to buy it. But what if the home hasn't been built? How can a buyer determine if he's interested in something that doesn't yet exist? Developers build what's called a model home. They furnish it as perfectly as possible so buyers can experience it and envision what their home could look like. And it works. Since the couple hasn't yet built a Jewish home, the rabbis build them a model home, a chuppah, and have them experience it in their first moments as a married couple. Well, what is this model home? It's modeled off the first ever Jewish couple, Abraham and Sarah. You see, the Bible contains a lot of information, but one thing you're not going to find is details of people's houses. There's no real estate section of the Bible, with one glaring exception: Abraham and Sarah. We know that Abraham and Sarah's home consisted of just 4 poles and a roof. Why? Because they built their home on the spiritual foundation of kindness, graciousness, and benevolence. They wanted people to feel welcome, so they kept it open on all 4 sides. They wanted to be able to see people, so they could help them. They wanted to use all their resources to provide for others, not for themselves. So they built it like one big chuppah, 4 poles and a roof. Abraham and Sarah's house is the spiritual model Jewish home, filled with kindness and giving, open to others, a place of warmth and dedication to the community. And so, each couple gets married in the same spiritual model home. They spend their first married moments experiencing the way a home should look like Abraham and Sarah's. And no matter what their first actual house looks like, we hope that spiritually it looks like the Jewish model home.